Now, hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how to build a six-figure social media brand. The K.I.S.S.Y method. The K.I.S.S.Y method is to keep it sexy, savvy, and unique. So the first part is the K is to keep it consistent and relevant. Talk about things that exist right now when you're communicating with people. People don't want to hear about 1963. They want to hear about how it's going to be popping in 2023, or they want to hear about what you plan to do in 2023, or they want to hear about, new coming attractions and new technology and new things that will take place in 2023. They like when people are ahead of the time. So you have to be ahead of other people and know what's going on. And you also have to be consistent. A lot of people don't understand. I notice on social media, they will have multiple names all over the place. And for the most part, your name should be consistent everywhere. Like me, my name is K.I.S.S.Y Denise. You can find K.I.S.S.Y Denise on every single social network if you type in the name K.I.S.S.Y Denise. Lately, I have a few different variations of my name, but for the most part, I keep it very consistent. Hi, Brittany. So also, you have to keep your branding and your logo consistent. You can kind of alter the colors like a little bit, but not too much. Like, you should keep your branding consistent, like Nike, right? When you see a Nike sign, you know what Nike means. It's so important. Just think about McDonald's. When you see the red and yellow McDonald's sign, you may actually get hungry all of a sudden, right? And you want some French fries, right? Like, you may not eat the rest of the things on the menu, but you still love McDonald's French fries, most likely. So that's because of the coloring, right? The red and the yellow, those colors together are appetite stimulants. And just think of Snickers, right? When you see a Snickers commercial come on, you know how a Snickers bars taste. And the branding says, it feeds you when you're hungry in between meals. So more than likely, how many times have you seen yourself literally getting up off the couch after watching TV, going to the store and buying a Snickers bar or whatever it was they were on their advertising? Let's take it one step deeper. Take Pepsi, for instance. Like, when a Pepsi commercial comes on, like, what do they have? They have a model, drinking a Pepsi, right? And it's all sexy, right? And it makes you thirsty. So you will get up and go buy a Pepsi. Or even if you don't buy a Pepsi, when you see a Pepsi, you get thirsty, right? Because it's programmed into you to drink and to get thirsty, right? That's just how important keeping your branding and logos consistent and your name consistent, so that people can find you on every single social media network. Hi, Chrissy. How are you, darling? So the next thing you want to do is right? It is to be your own it factor. Market the highest version of yourself. Marketing is all about what you say about yourself. Some people think the best way to market themselves in order to get attention is to, crack jokes about themselves. And that works for like comedians and stuff like that. But you will notice, once again, big companies, you don't hear them saying bad things about themselves. You don't see entertainers like Beyonce saying bad things about herself. Like, for the most part, big companies, brands, and celebrities say kind things about themselves. And you should say kind things about yourself too. Like, when you market yourself, a lot of people are too afraid to admit their truths that are really, really, really good, right? And you have to put some of those truths in your marketing, because those are some of the things that people actually identify with. Another thing is, you are afraid to show up and take up space, right? But you have to take up space, and you have to get attention in order to sell your products and services to people. And if you want to sell more products and services, you have to be the it factor, especially if you're selling products. What people don't know is people don't necessarily buy from you. They don't really buy the product, right? They're really buying you. They buy into you. That is what people actually purchase. The next section is sexy. Sexy has nothing to do with your body and your clothes. Sexy is to be interesting, to be captivating, to have an essence, and to be able to put that essence out there, especially when you're doing videos, right? There's a certain essence you put into your video, and most people don't want to follow a boring brand, right? Even boring people don't want to follow boring brands, right? People want to be entertained. Even insurance companies have commercials where they say sprinkles are for winners, right? I love Flo when Flo says sprinkles are for winners, because I'm a winner, so I love the sprinkles, right? So, like I said, it's not about how you look, even though, your looks do play a part in your branding. But even your looks has to be you. It can't be anyone else. And the next part is to be savvy. Be well informed and know what you're talking about. If you're selling a product, you should be able to tell your customers and clients and the people who are watching you, you should be able to tell them all about that product. If you run a blog, you should be up to date. Like when I was running my celebrity blog, I knew what the celebrities had going on. I knew what was I'm not going to say the hottest crime, but because I would make crimes the hot stories, but I would know, I actually made stories trend, right? But it was up to date, right? I stayed up with the times. And also when it comes to your website, when it was time to update my website with new technology, I would keep it up to date, because when people come to your website and, your products and services, they want things that are up to date. And you should always know what you're talking about, right? It's like really good when people can trust you, right? So do your research, know what you're talking about. And the last part is to be unique. I hear so many people say, nothing else is ever going to be created that hasn't been created already, right? There's going to be no new inventions. And I'm like, that sounds insane to me, right? Because there will always be new products. There will always be new services. There will always be new inventions. And when people start something, like, yes, you're going to look to other people for inspiration, but you should never just keep copying people, because if that person stops doing what they're doing, then what are you going to do? Like you lost out. So always be original. Like you have a mind and you can come up with original ideas that are all about you, because branding is all about you. You cannot you can build a brand off of someone else, but it won't be authentic to you. When you build a brand that's you, then you captivate an audience that's actually into you. Then those people like your products and services, and they want to follow you, and they want to participate, and they want to be like you. Like, I know me, I'm so not into copying other people. I'm just so much into being me that I tend to be the person that sets trends. I tend to be the person that I know when I first showed up on YouTube, and I can tell some of the YouTube stars, like when they saw me coming, it's like a panic button came, like, oh my gosh, here comes K.I.S.S.Y. Like, I have to step my game up. And they started stepping their game up because they felt like I was about to, take up that space. But that's a part of my branding. My branding is excellence. Like, whatever I do, I'm going to do great at it. Like, eventually I'm going to get it perfect, So that's what that is. Your brand is you, right? When people think of you, what do they say about your brand? How does your brand make them feel? So that's why it's important to be unique. So that's it for today. I'm starting a course this weekend, a new one. So if you want to learn how to build a six-figure brand on social media in order to sell more products and services, in order to get rid of your 9-to-5, because I know most of you are sick and tired of working a 9-to-5. That's so not what's up this day and age. You want to reach your personal freedom, and you want to get out and enjoy life and spend more time with your family and friends. So if you want to build a six-figure brand, inbox me and I will send you an application to see if you are actually qualified to join me, because At this point, I am only wanting to work with people who are ready for the next level in life. And if you don't believe you can make six figures, this is not for you. I'm not here to convince you that you can make six figures. It already has to be on your mindset. Because you have to have belief in yourself. I'm here. You give me 70% of belief in yourself, and I will give you the other 30% plus some icing on the cake, the sprinkles, and some candles too. But you have to have belief in yourself. So inbox me. Hi, Dree. Have a good night. Bye.